Welcome to Leadership and Growth Fireside. I'm Greg Cannon, a place providing stories and insights to benefit you on your journey. No lectures or telling you what you must do. Instead, insights and possibilities for your own vision. Pull up a chair. Let's explore the path to your extraordinary potential together. Welcome to Leadership and Growth Fireside. I'm Greg Cannon. I'm glad that we get to spend this time together today. These conversations mean a lot to me, and it's my hope that they're bringing some value for you on your journey. I am curious. Have you ever felt like you needed to wait for better circumstances before pursuing your dreams? Maybe you've thought, when I have more money, or when I get this degree behind me, or maybe when the kids are older, then I'll start working toward what I really want. I get it. Those thoughts are so natural. But today I want to share a story that taught me one of my most valuable lessons in life. You don't need ideal circumstances to begin. You just need to begin and stay committed, especially when things get tough. That skinny 12-year-old boy that I've mentioned before, growing up in poverty, well, there was something stirring inside him, a determination to change his circumstances. You know, me, that 12-year-old kid. Other kids my age were just being kids, but I did have this burning desire to work and earn my own money. The only problem? I was 12, not exactly prime employment age. Instead of thinking that I was too young and I would wait, I tried to figure out what was possible. I learned with my mother's help I could get a work permit from the Board of Education, allowing a 12-year-old to work. With permit in hand, I looked around of what I had to work with. Not much. A lawnmower, gas can, but a whole lot of determination. That's how I started my first business. Not glamorous, not requiring special skills or education, just honest, hard work. I traveled neighborhoods door to door offering services. A lot of people looked skeptically at me like, "You can't handle my yard." But thank goodness others gave me a chance. And each lawn that I cut, my confidence grew. And so did that little savings account. But then my first real test of my commitment came. Winter. Grass stops growing in the winter. And this could have been the end of my working journey. But something in me wasn't ready to quit. So I adapted. I started raking leaves and sweeping driveways and sidewalks and taking on any yard work that someone would pay me to do. The work changed with the seasons, but my determination remained constant. Unfortunately, this is where many dreams die. It's when the initial excitement fades, or when obstacles appear, when the path becomes unclear. It's in these moments that our commitment matters most. Yes, I could have paused my business until spring. No one would have blamed me. But even at that young age, I understood that momentum lost is hard to regain. Consistency, even through difficult seasons, builds something more valuable than money: character, reputation. The neighbors that saw me working through those cold months learned some important things about me. I was reliable. I was committed. And I wouldn't disappear when things got difficult. That reputation became more valuable than any single payment for yard work. Looking back, I realize how formative this experience was for me in my life. It wasn't just about earning money. Although that mattered to a kid growing up in poverty, it was about discovering that success doesn't require perfect circumstances. It requires unwavering commitment through imperfect circumstances. That lesson has served me through my entire life. When I wanted to enter funeral service, I remembered that 12-year-old boy who didn't quit when winter came. When I wanted to open my own funeral home many years later, facing financial and logistical challenges, I drew strength from that special memory. We often romanticize success stories, focusing on the achievements and overlooking the struggles. Difficult seasons, they can't be avoided. It's about staying committed when winter comes. Apple, a company that weathered years of uncertainty before becoming what it is today. Amazon lost money for years before ever becoming profitable. Disney, they faced multiple failures and setbacks. Now, what separates these success stories from countless forgotten attempts? It's not the absence of challenges. It's the presence of commitment through those challenges. So, I want to share today the power of staying committed, especially when the going gets tough. The truth is, that's when most of us quit. That's when our dreams die. And that's precisely when our commitment matters most. Remember, I've shared about closed doors and how they redirect us to better paths. Difficult seasons do the same thing. They separate dreamers from doers. They reveal who we really are. I didn't have fancy equipment when I started my lawn business. I had that basic little push mower, a gas can, a rake, a shovel. Those were my tools. Limited tools. But those limitations taught me persistence. Having to work through winter taught me adaptability. Convincing skeptical neighbors taught me how to sell myself. These challenges weren't obstacles to my success. They were the very conditions that shaped it. And the same will be true for you. I ask, what dream are you pursuing right now that's entered a difficult season? Where are you tempted to put things on pause until conditions improve? Watch your growth while staying committed through this challenge. Consider, please, these things while staying committed through your difficult seasons. Remember your why. When the work gets hard, reconnect with the deeper purpose that inspired you to begin. For me, it wasn't just about cutting grass. It was about creating a different future than the poverty that I was born into. Adapt without abandoning. When your circumstances change, be willing to adjust your methods without surrendering your mission. And celebrate small victories. During difficult seasons, progress often comes in smaller increments. Find joy in these modest achievements and not discouragement by a slower progress. And most importantly, use these difficult seasons as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what is this challenge teaching me? What skills am I developing that maybe I wouldn't learn in easier times? I encourage you, try to identify where you've been tempted to pause or quit because conditions weren't ideal. And then make a conscious decision to recommit, not despite challenges, but because of what challenges are developing within you. You know, when I look back at that 12-year-old boy working through winter, mm, it makes me proud. He had no idea where his journey would lead. He couldn't have imagined owning a successful business, becoming a coach, a keynote speaker, an author. He was just staying committed to that path that he had chosen, one day at a time. That's all any of us can do. I encourage you, stay committed to your path, one day at a time, trusting that your persistence through difficult seasons is creating something more valuable than immediate results. It's creating character. It's building reputation. It's developing the very qualities that will make your success meaningful and lasting. I believe in you. I believe in your capacity, not just to start, but to stay committed, especially when the going gets tough. Because you see, that's where your greatest growth and your most meaningful achievements are waiting to be discovered. I encourage you, cultivate a vision for your ideal life and pursue it relentlessly without compromise. Join me next week. I'll be eager to continue our journey together.